Hello, welcome to the Colourful Creativity podcast. My name is Carolien and this is episode 186. You can find me online everywhere as Kralalien, Instagram, Facebook, Ravelry, Patreon, Ko-Fi. Any place you can think of, I'll be Kralalien if I'm there. And I have a web shop, colourfulcreativity.com or colourfulcreativity.nl, but it is still closed. So still waiting for after the craft circle to reopen my web shop, just to make sure I have enough stock and I do not have to stress out about that. You have seen probably that I've been to Wonderwall, Wales in a really long vlog. I did not add any special intro or something. I was just, this is the vlog we're putting up with me and Ange, and that's just it. I hope you enjoyed that. Also welcome to so many new subscribers and viewers. I hope you like it here. Stick around. And yeah, let's just try and make this a regular episode, even though this is not a regular episode. I have pulled out all my product bags with something in it. So I have my massive WIP pile next to me. Because first I'm going to show you the finished objects, and I have finished everything I wanted to finish. Which basically means that I need a new work in progress. Will I cast on something new, or will I just take something from my WIPs pile? You can start betting now. First thing I finished is this sock. This is a ribbed sock, and sock 1 was already finished, sent off to my friend who tried it on and it fit perfectly. So then I cast on sock number 2. I did just a cast on, so I had something easy ready to go for when I needed it. I did not need it until my vacation in Wales. So basically the sock until here approximately was knit in Wales, and then I did the rest at home. It was fairly easy. It's just a size 39. The yarn I do not know, just that it is pretty and reasonably soft. I knitted on a 2.5mm needle, and I just did a 2x2 ribbed leg and a plain vanilla foot. I just need to weave in my ends, then it's done, and I can either send it or try and meet my friend. And then I can also finish off the first one, because that definitely didn't have the ends woven in, because I wasn't sure if it would fit, and if it didn't fit, it was easier to open not weaving in ends. So that's one project finished. Second finished project, ta-da, is my Tunisian crochet shawl, 2 of Us by Marieke van Bommel of Solace in Stitches, and also ends not woven in yet, but look at this. I am really happy with it. And Tunisian crochet is a bit sturdier than regular crochet, and also than stockinette or garter, so it's a really nice, it feels a bit more windproof shawl that you can wear, for instance, when I'm on the bike and it's a bit windy, and I won't get blown in this triangle that always gets a bit chilly. I can't really have something high on the neck, but if I wear it like this, I can. So I'm really happy with it. The yarn I used is my own hand dyed. This is a sample for the craft circle, and the colorful one is Razzle Dazzle on Smooth Sock, and the dark blue one is Dance with the Waves on Yak Sock. Both bases are definitely next to skin soft, so I will definitely wear it after the craft circle and after I've sewn in the ends and blocked it, of course. So it's a teeny tiny bit difference in the rate of increases and decreases, so you have a little bit different angle how it is, which makes it really interesting. I had about 10 grams of each color left, so I think I did pretty well. I didn't want to have much left, so Marieke told me that I made it bigger, which I completely forgot because I didn't take any notes. So I crocheted this on needle size 4.5 millimeter, because apparently in Tunisian crochet you go up a lot, even though it's only a fingering to light fingering yarn, which is nice because then I have more Tunisian crochet in my future, because I have plenty of fingering yarns and I really enjoyed this. I'm actually planning on buying a stitch dictionary with Tunisian crochet stitches. So that was not the only thing finished, the only shawl that I finished. No, it wasn't. I also finished the SISU shawl, which has a very different rate of increases and decreases, as you can see. Like this side is really long and this side is a bit shorter. And let me throw it around. It's like a huge ass blanket, and it's really nice and warm and cozy for winter. I mean, we're going into summer, so who needs this blanket? Apparently, I don't know. This is also a sample for the craft circle and will definitely be worn in winter, even though it's not my regular my regular colors, bright and neon, etc. I still really love it, and I know it suits me really well, these autumnal colors. So yeah, let me give you a closer look. This is knit in half fisherman's rib, which makes it a very interesting texture. I have used Schoppel Zauberball Crazy in the color Piano Bar, together with my yak sock again in the colorway Clementine. And yes, ends need to be woven in. It needs to have a wash to relax a little bit, but that's it. On this one you don't have to block it. Yeah, it's really nice. I'm not quite sure about the needle size. I think it was a 3 millimeter. To be honest, I can just grab it. Let me see what it is. I've reached the age of this. Yes, 3 millimeter. And oh, the design. This one is by Atelier Josefien, Gielis, and I knit this one in the test knit, but I wasn't finished in time, which was okay with the designer. I did really enjoy it, and that was to get my knitting mojo back, and it worked, and she was very happy that I managed that. I did find some things for her pattern, so it's fine. And I was very happy to be able to test this, because I mean, SISU, I had to. I think I've explained it before, so I'll leave that be. And for those wondering, Google the word SISU, it's Finnish, and it has a very nice meaning for me and Robert, so I couldn't resist not joining the test knit. But it is finally finished, and it is really pretty. So 3 projects finished. And what are my WIPs now? Nothing. I am not working on anything at the moment, so it is high time we're gonna pick that, and I hope you can help me with it. But I think I want to show you some acquisitions first, because I did show you everything from Wonderwool, but there was more than Wonderwool. Oops. Because I shopped in Ange's D-stash months ago, knowing I would go there, and I was like, yeah, sure. So I got 3 skeins of this. I'm only showing one, of Coop Knit's Socken in the colorway 108 chryso probably. And this is a very nice sock yarn, a bit like my smooth sock. So 50 grams per skein, so I have 150 grams, so I might make a nice shawl out of it because it is definitely next to skin soft for me. What I also got is this gorgeous Cartref yarn DK, and this is a non-superwash Welsh wool by my lovely friends Zoe and Jenny, and I have a sweater quantity of this, like 10 skeins for a nice big cabled cardigan or sweater. And yeah, I love this color. This is called Cotton, and it is just stunning. I think this is pretty accurate on the screen, at least on my camera. I'll see how it is on the big screen. And I also have a few skeins of the undyed 4-ply that I want to play around with and dye, which will be my first time dyeing non-superwash yarn. So that's gonna be interesting. Then I got a lovely gift from Ange, this cute robin pin. She was like, do you have the robin pin? I said, no, I do not have any robin pin. So now I do. And I love it. So thank you very much, Ange. Then Ange and I went shopping in Cardiff. And we went into Lucy and Yak. And I know there's some controversy around it, but since I was never able to try it, I was like, let's go there and try on those pants, what my sizes are, and maybe just scour Vinted for something then afterwards. But then I saw this and I could not resist. It's very light, so that's why it falls over. This I thought would be the best project bag, because when you open it up all the way, it opens up like this, really nice and big. You can put a pen or something in there. You can have a little zipper pocket here for tiny things. And because it opens up so nicely, you have your whole project inside of it. And I was like, this is just fantastic. I had to have it. So, and I mean, I couldn't resist the fabric. Do you blame me? Probably not. So those are the rest of my acquisitions from my visit to Wales. Not my Wales mug. My Wales mug is in the dishwasher, because that I also got a new Wales mug after breaking the first one many years ago. So let me pop in a photo of how it looks next to me. It's a mountain, and I'm gonna start with a big bag that makes it easy because I know what's in there. I might not know everything anymore, but in this beautiful Edin bag by Pink Hazel, I have a project that I'm gonna frog, because in here is a Marled Mania sweater, I think it's called. Let me find it. God, I started this a couple of years ago. Marled Mania sweater indeed. And I didn't print out the photos, just the text, so I can't show you anything. I did an adjustment to it, so it would not be like a high turtleneck, but a lower neck. But somehow, if I put this on me already, I get the feeling that this won't be it, and my neck will be cold. So I wasn't happy with it. I already frogged quite a lot of it to reknit because I wasn't so happy. But yeah, I'm gonna frog it all, and it will be something else. And when I see it all together, I mean, this is not the only project bag. It's a second project bag by Stitching Plaza. I think I got it from Geektastic Fibers, which she's not dyeing anymore either. I have no clue. This is an undercover otter, I think. Summer party, maybe. And this something else. Yeah. If I see it all together, it might actually be a nice sea glass tee or cardigan or something. So it will become something, but I will do the first step now and take out the needle, because this is not going to happen anymore. Come on. And this is not just the whole controversy with Stephen West that I do not want to get in here. This is also just because the fit is not me and not my style, not my thing. Just something I really wanted to make because I made the Mold Mania cardigan, which I also never wear, but it's a singles yarn all through, so I'm not gonna frog that because it's too sticky and it will just be hell on earth to do that. Maybe I'll wear it some winter when it's really, really cold. We'll see. But I haven't worn it in a few years. So I have a needle. Back on the table. This can go back in the bag. This bag is empty now. So empty bags go there. I can empty this bag as well. Just put it all in the big Ziploc. So that is yarn. And yeah, one of the yarns in here, there, the big one, is if I want exposure, I'll get my tits out. So some of you might now know how old that yarn is and how deep stash it is. So yarn, empty project bag. Gonna be interesting this time. It's probably gonna be a long one. I may not have said that, but the last one was an hour and a half, so I have a very cute penguin project bag I got from my lovely friend Charlotte. And in here I have yarn that is nothing really. I have some leftovers from the dog sweater I knit. Those two yarns I got as a gift, but I also have a project in here. And Itamarati socks by Anna Zuravleva. I think this was a sock knitting competition sock from last year. Sock Madness or Super Sock World Championship. This yarn was in a queer advent that the WE Yarn Company did. This is Dark Omen Yarns Merino sock. And I'm knitting these on 2.25mm needles, and all I have is a cuff. I will see if I have a photo of the pattern. Yes, I do. And this is a lacy, probably some cabling sock that I will frog, because this is not something I am currently interested in. And yes, it's twisted rib, so it could just become something else, but for now I think I need more mental headspace, and this is not helping. So another needle, empty, and yarn, and an empty bag. And wait a second, let's not close this bag again and just keep putting yarn in it. This is going to be a quick frog. I won't do that for everything, but for this one I can do that. So, how are you doing with your WIPs? Do you have a lot? Or do you only have a few and always finish first before you start something else? And if you have a lot, do you go through them from time to time? Or how do you do that? How do you keep track? I usually keep track on Ravelry. And let's see. This was a test knit. I started it last year, somewhere end of May, June, probably. It was a test knit by Carrie Bloomer, and it was the parsed tank. Here we have photos. Basically, it is 2-tone and 4 parts, and I was doing the V-neck. You would also have a V-back. I was doing a V-neck with a straight back, I think. And I was using some deep stash yarn by Cailleach-Oidhche. And this is both Skirm, and this colorway is called Amsterdam, and this one is called Pieces. I think this one is a regular color and this one definitely is not. This was a special yarn along thing. Yeah, I got to here, like one strap done. That's it, just one color. Gone. Stitch markers out. Needle out. I had to stop because that was a test knit I started just before Robert got really sick. And we went into those final 6 weeks and I was like, nope. That's basically when my whole knitting mojo died. So, yeah. And the designer was okay-ish with it. She didn't really say much, but yeah. I was like, I actually can't even care if she is okay with it because I just cannot continue. Sometimes you have those moments like, what matters in life? This doesn't. So that makes a second bag for yarn that I'm frogging in this Galaxy bag. Oh, this one's definitely staying. In here I have the beginning of some really nice socks. These are the Delfter Socken by Lena Trost, and let me see if I can find the front page. Yeah, here we are. There you go. Really nice colorwork socks all the way through. Lady with a spinning wheel. Absolutely fantastic socks. But they do need a lot of brain power, which wasn't very present the past year or so. Let me see. I am knitting this with West Yorkshire Spinners signature 4-ply sparkle in the Silent Night colorway. Not sure how well the sparkle shows, but it is there. And since that's the sparkly yarn, I also had to go with Scheepjes Invicta, Glamour, and this also has sparkle in it. I have another needle in here, and I do not know why. This is a 2.75 millimeter, and I am currently working on probably a 2.5 millimeter needle. course it's not on that needle, it's on the other needle that is in the knitting. But yeah, I'm fairly certain it's a 2.5mm needle, and I can see that I'm using Leatherback Jacquard. I might have used the 2.75mm needle for an earlier part. I just hope I have it in my notes for whenever I want to continue, which will be someday. Not today. Not yet ready for this. But this one can stay. So that's one. Then I have another one that I know of that can stay in this gorgeous sheep bag by Eldenwood Craft. And in here is a sweater, or at least it should be someday. Quite some of you have already knitted, I think. I have to figure out what is the front and what is the back, but I don't know. It's a very interesting construction, as you can see. You have a triangle with basket weave, and here we have some lace with nips, and this is, let me find it, the Corbis sweater by Natasja Hornby. And here I have a smaller photo. I hope it shows. I think you can see it. It's a really dark sample she's wearing, so it is a bit harder to see. I am knitting this with Knitting for Olive pure silk in this pretty brown color, and it's called Dark Cognac. Yeah, this is a keeper, but this needs brain again. Slowly getting into things that could be a little bit more brainy, but this might be one step too far. In this project bag I made myself, I have another test knit. Well, it's basically testing the pattern in English for my friend Annette from France, and it is the Fields of Gold shawl by Annette Petavy. And you have those really nice lacy bits, and then you have a stripy section. Yeah, I still want it. Looking at the sample, I'm like, oh yeah, I really want it still. The yarn that I'm using is Schachenmaya Catania in 259. It's a bit of a plum kind of color, a dark aubergine-ish color, combined with this pastel rainbow from 100 Farbspiele. And this is a 4-ply, or it's not plied, but a 4-thread. It's 50% cotton and 50% polyamide, and it's 1060 meters. So it's going to be interesting how much I need of this. 3.75mm needles. This is the starter I have. I started from the inside with the pinkish bit. Let me check how much meters I would need actually. I think 5 balls of 175 meters. 500. Oh, for a summer version, several knitters have successfully used a ball of scheepjeswurl for color A and half a ball of scheepjeswurl lead for color B. So yeah, basically this will work. I will probably have a little bit left from the outside color, but that's fine. So yes, sorry Annette, if you're seeing this, that I've never gotten back to you. It is in my WIP pile and I do want to continue. And maybe it is something I should pick up sooner rather than later now. It is definitely easier to do this with two people because you can actually have a sip of something to drink. And yeah, you also don't get a dry mouth like that because you're not talking the whole time. In this project bag by the Woolly Tangle, I got this one from my lovely friend Louise, is a project that I'm now touching and I'm like, oh yeah, I was doing that. This is the Cailleach-Oidhche cowl by Liz Corke, and it is a brioche cowl that I absolutely love. The yarn I'm using is Madeleine Tosh, and it is pashmina. And pashmina is so very soft because it is 75% merino, 15% silk and 10% cashmere. I've got the colors chamomile and magnolia leaf. I'll show them to you like this. This is chamomile and that is magnolia leaf. And it is really, really soft. I'm making the large one, and this is a brioche with a lot of special stitches. Needs a lot of brain. Like, I don't even remember when the last time was that I had brain to do stuff like that. It's crazy how much of a hit your brain takes when you're grieving. It's making me a bit sad that I haven't been able to brain down anything knit-wise. It's all been super simple. I mean, I did learn myself Tunisian crochet, but I could crochet already and it wasn't that difficult, and it was a nice beginner pattern that I got from Marieke, the Two of Us shawl. So yeah, this is all higher level knitting, and I'm like, oh, I was a pretty high level knitter. Could that please come back now? In this bag from my lovely friend Ange, I think I know what's in here. Yeah, this was supposed to be a pattern that I would be writing, but that never happened. It was for a magazine that never got published, and well, somewhere I lost the spark because I hated it. This is a pair of knee-high socks for myself. The pattern I was gonna write is how to make your own. I basically marked with stripes on my leg every inch how much circumference I had, so I could calculate the width and everything. And I frogged these like a million times because they wouldn't fit and it didn't work, etc. And I'm gonna frog these again for the umpteenth times. There is a lifeline in here, as you can see. Until there it's fine. I might actually frog a little bit further and just go for a 2x2 rib with some extra increases on the back. Just like this going up, and be done with it, and having the rib do the work for me. The yarn is actually something very special. It is Mind the Gap yarn by Trailing Clouds, and it is a blue face Leicester self-striping sock yarn. And I got these in 2016, so 10 years ago, when Robert and I visited London. I was like, yeah, because these colors are inspired on the London subway colors. So, not frogging them fully, but frogging them back partially. that makes the bag I had upstairs empty. But I still have my trolleys and I have a big box. Let me see. I have this big bag from my friend Monique of Frog Peak Creations, the sock monkey on skateboard, skates, bike, etc. And this is also a very brainy project. My God, seriously. In here is the mystery knit along by Johanna. Oh, it's a mystery knit along. I can look up what I want. There's no photos. It is called the Neon Knots sweater. And it is fabulous. I mean, this is everything I can hope for in a cabled sweater knit. It is stunning for all the cables. It has, I think, 9 or 11 different charts that I have on my tablet with lots of counters. And yeah, I really want this to be finished someday. The yarn I dyed myself. It is a I think it's a merino and linen singles yarn in Obnoxious Coral, my absolute favorite color. That at that time, it's still one of my favorites. I mean, I also still love petrol, and I also still very much am in love with the plummy purples. So so yeah, there's no label because I just dyed this for myself. I think it was merino, silk and linen, but it can also just be merino, linen, singles, and that's it. But yeah, like so many cables. It is absolutely crazy. I colored them in to know what I'm doing, and yeah, will also be continued someday. The one thing I didn't show you, by the way, in my currently active works in progress, is in this Jibberoo Sews bag. This is my travel project. This is what I work on when I travel on planes and trains and such. It is my Viajante. I showed it to you on the vlog from Wonderwall in the intro. And here I am now. I managed quite some on my traveling. Like, I put the marker in where I was and I did like all that. It doesn't look like too many rounds, but trust me, they're really long, and I might actually need to start moving it to a longer cable soon. The yarn I was using here, I told you already, it is Kremke Jacuzzi. It's a yak and silk blend, and it's a lace weight of 800 meters per 100 grams. And I have 2 skeins of that, so this is a very long-term project that I use for traveling because it's kind of lightweight. It's kind of mindless and easy, and it has bamboo needles for just in case security at the airport thinks, nope, you cannot bring metal tips. Let's dive into this huge ass. It fits in a Cailleach and it is heavy. This is empty, so that goes there. I have this bag that I know I got from a viewer with the squirrels, but I don't remember who it was. I'm so sorry. Oh, in here I keep yarn, and I keep this. Yeah, I know what this is. This is some, let me check. This is both Scheepjes Invicta Glamour, because that is my main color. And these are, for instance, my Christmassy colors. because this is what I use to put some stuff away in for my Stitch in Time blanket. And let's just hope my Stitch in Time blanket will be more successful than this blanket ever was. I really suck at making blankets. This is the first mitered square memory blanket I started. Like colors from my mum, her socks that I knit myself, yarn from Dutch Wool Diva, yarn I dyed myself, and also apparently the first tryout on the Stitch in Time blanket, or just a scrappy memory blanket with smaller squares, if that would be something I would enjoy. But these are basically in here to get frogged to go into a different blanket. Oh well. Me and blankets. It is I would say a love and hate story, but usually a hate story. And I find a ball of random cotton yarn. Hey. I also found back my Niddy Noddy, which I didn't know where it was, in this bag by Teen and Meep that I had made for my advent calendar in 2020. Oh, this is interesting. This is definitely something I want to make, but I think I haven't started the project yet. This is the sock Patches by... Yeah. Would be nice if I could read that. Mone Dreger, and it is probably then Mone made. If you can decipher it, that's good. But yeah, this is Intarsia, colorful, fun, etc., etc. And yes, the needle is still empty. This is my main color. I had it split up. I have no clue what it was. I think it was a gift, maybe the Great Skein or something. And I have all these colorful minis left over from the Leicht socks that we did the year before that, probably in Sock Madness. I think this was a bonus pattern. I'm not quite sure anymore. But I really love it. So this is a project ready to go. Might actually be one to cast on, to be fair, because Intarsia I can do in my sleep. So that is interesting. Then, in this teacup bag, I got in a knit tea retreat table. Oh, interesting. I have yarn. This is also 100 Farbspiele. What is the colorway called? Doesn't have a name on it. I think it could be that it was retro or something. I'm also finding beads. So apparently I was going to knit myself a shawl with beads, but I do not remember what it was. It might be in my notes, but I'll have to look it up. But could be that it was one. Yeah, I don't remember. I was gonna do that in cashmere lace, so no. No, in my Paisley Ducky Space Cat bag. And I also found a little bit of yarn, probably from these socks. In this bag, I think I know what it is. Yes, I am correct. I am dropping all kinds of stuff. Oops. It's a pretty heavy stitch marker with, we would say, an ankle. And apparently more tiny scraps that go into this project. I have here the rainbow part of the sweater. And the sweater is the Rainbow by Jelly Knits. And so you basically have a rainbow on the side and then do the sweater. And there's also a stripy rainbow on the sleeve. Yeah, I started that sleeve and it didn't fit me. Somehow my gauge was off. This is knit flat, of course, and the other one is knit in the round. This is Razzle Dazzle on Colourful Decay. Some kind of decay, I'm not sure which one. And I also have these neon minis that you can see in the rainbow. So this is something I do want to knit, but see, I swatched this. Swatches are lying liars that lie. Especially if you leave it that long. I will probably have to swatch again, or just use the sleeve as a swatch again. And if it fits, it fits. And if it doesn't, I'll just frog. So yeah. What else is in here? Oh my god. What's in this one? Oh, I have an idea. It's nice that it is in here and not where I thought it would be. This is a test knit of the La Sororité top by Cailleach-Oidhche. And this is not the final product of that test. She changed it a bit and I liked it so much better like this than her result after changing things. And now I see. It is on a needle and I did not frog this. I just want to continue. This is my main color and I have a bag full of Strachenmeier Catania and Streepjes Katona for the striping. It was supposed to become a big rainbow. Look, she swatches sometimes. Yeah, it's gonna be cool. I still want to make it this way, not the result way. I quit that test knit because I didn't like what you had made of it, which was fine. So if something goes in a direction you didn't sign up for, you are allowed to just say, nope, sorry. Let's see what's in. I can see you checking out my ball sack. What's in here? Another one to frog. This is my Ripple butt short. Yes, it's nearly finished. I don't see myself wearing it, to be fair. When I started this, I still had my uterus. I had very painful periods and this seemed to be really, really nice. But I don't have a uterus anymore. And I don't have that much pain anymore, thank heavens. My endometriosis seems to be under control now finally, after 4 years. So I'm going to frog this one. The yarn I'm using is Colourful Decay, probably Colourful Smooth Decay, in the Nerd in the Attic colorway. Maybe I should finish it so I have some nerd on my ass. He'll be grabbing my ass the whole time. No, let's not. Let's not. I won't be wearing it. I know myself. I do not have woolly underpants in my system. It's just not me. It might actually even be bad for me. Oh wow, blast from the past. Herbstblad Regina bag. What's in here? What is this? Doesn't have a needle. Interesting. Very interesting. The Ripple bralette. Oh, this is my second go at it. And I'm not wearing my first one because it's not really a bralette, but more like a camisole. And I had 3 shades of mint to make that. So, look, it was going to be a fade for the ripple barlet, and yeah, this will be frogged as well. Hooray! This is a bag of yarn that someone else made into a project. This is a started Stephen West shawl that I was thinking of maybe making, but it will be frogged. I've noticed that I'm not wearing my huge ass shawls anymore. I rather have, or I really lack some 2 skein shawls, like the 2 of us, which is basically the perfect size. So let me see what the yarn is. It is Vivid Wool hand dyed in 70% merino and 30% silk, and they are single yarns, so that's definitely a really nice yarn to frog and have in my stash. So another frog project. In this bag, which I made myself, this Star Wars inspired. I always have to think, is it Star Wars or Star Trek? But this is Star Wars. Oh yes, this one I definitely want to make and might actually fall in the category a nice shape and not too heavy, big schlanket shawl. This is the Wonder Woman wrap by Carissa Browning, and the yarn I'm using is again a really nice yarn. This is handmade in Kashpa, which is 80% merino, 10% nylon and 10% cashmere. And yeah, I've got a yellow, like a really nice gold, and a really good red. Yeah, this is the start. I'm not gonna unpick that. I just want to continue and someday finish it. It needs a bit of brain to figure out how to do all the short rows and such. And when I started this, I wasn't that good in short rows. It was a bit of a special thing. We've reached the last one from the bin. This bag, yep, holds something without needles and a lot of mess. Definitely something I want. It is the Ardent top by Amalia Sieber. Did I have something to show you, or did I only print out the pattern? I only printed out the pattern, but here you can see the schematic, and it is an Intarsia top, and I am this far. It doesn't look that far, but it is a folded over hem that I already did, so trust me, it was a hell of a job. 2 colors with sequins. The yarn I'm using is Bergère de France Estival, and I have it in 3 colors. This is mint, this is anisette, and this is pain or pin, but it's French, so let's just try and do it French. Yeah, this one stays for someday. It's not the nicest yarn to knit with. It is a 50% acrylic, 21% hemp and 29% polyester, so it's a whole lot of plastic and some sticky outy bits from the hemp. But it will be nice in summer for drapiness and such. So, empty. And we're almost at an hour. So, yeah. I think we're not even halfway. I told you this was going to be a long episode. So, I got rudely interrupted by a phone call. But it also means I will have someone here in about 15 minutes. That wasn't planned, but it is nice that my garden guy is coming to do something about a tree that is definitely too big at the moment. I am going to put some stuff away and probably will just cut this episode in 2 parts because it is getting a bit long. And if I do it in 2 parts, you might be able to watch this easier. I'm not sure. For me, the editing will be easier at least. I'm looking at the side. Let me move things around so I do not knock over. But basically, I have my 2 WIP cards left. And this is on the other side of me. Yes, that in the over there is still my yarn and fiber from Wales. I still have to put it away, but I wanted to show you the bit today, so now I can actually put it away. So yeah, I'm gonna put this away, and I will see you next time. I hope you enjoy this. I definitely do. I'm not sure what all the yarn is gonna be that I'm frogging, but who cares? Sometimes you just also need to say goodbye to a few things that I've outgrown and where I've just changed and they are not me anymore, like the ripple bralette and the butt shorts as well. It's just not me anymore. I don't see myself wearing that. So do let me know how your WIP situation is, and if you also have a podcast, I'm definitely up for a WIP parade like I'm doing now. And I will see you back soon with part 2. Bye bye.